Welcome back, guys. I'm Tommy. I got Alex to my left. We're here with episode 13, season 2. Today we got starting pitcher on the Methacton baseball team, Evan Jones. He's been a 3-year varsity ace for our team, where sophomore year he got the big start in the PAC championship, and then last year he got to pitch the semis, and he's just been known for doing really well. This year he's got a under 1 ERA, and he's 4-0, and big game. He had a perfect game 2 weeks ago, so we wanted to talk to him about that. Thanks for being here, Ev.
Yep, excited to be here.
Yes, sir.
So you had the first perfect game in Methacton history against the number 1 team in the district, according to Coach Spiewak. When did you know that it was going?
Honestly, didn't really realize it until the last inning. It was just we played a close game the whole time, so I was just focusing on trying to win the game. And then I think we ended up getting a couple of runs in the top of in the 6th, so it was 5-0. So that's when I kind of realized that I was like, oh, well now I have to get it.
Yeah.
I can't. So that last count when it was 3-2, I was like, oh no.
Okay,
No.
so we'll go to that. Was that had to be the moment where you were most stressful? Coach Sperling said that was the only pitch that you waved off all day.
It was I think it was the 1-2 pitch. I tried to throw a fastball up and in, and he hit a foul ball.
Okay.
And then I threw 2 more balls, and then had to take a couple steps off the mound, take a deep breath, and then refocused and got the ground ball myself and ended the game.
Did anyone try and talk to you in the dugout throughout, or were they giving you a silent treatment?
No one said anything.
Well,
I mean, I talked to, just having regular conversations, but no one said anything about the perfect game.
Yeah.
yeah, and for those of you who don't know, a perfect game is the biggest deal in baseball. It's perfect through 21 outs in high school and 27 in the MLB. But our coach goes, I think it's the 5th inning. He's like, yo, we're laying out for everything. Don't let anything drop. And at that moment, we're all like, oh, shoot, this is real. So that's why we didn't talk to Evan, because we didn't want to jinx anything. And we just wanted to let him focus and do his thing.
You recorded the final out, right? I think it was a ground.
Hit to Evan.
Yeah, and then Evan
just
threw it off. So how'd that feel that the ball was hit to you on the final out?
I mean, honestly, I think if I didn't get that probably would have been through. So it was also pretty cool to have for me to end with the last out. It would have been better if it was a strikeout, but it was still pretty cool to end with the last out.
Yeah.
And was your first 3-ball count the whole game? Your last batter, correct?
I think I either had one other one or that might have been the only one.
Yeah, so you waited till the last batter to make it the scariest, but it made it even cooler, and it got everyone's nerves up, and then you did it, so that's pretty cool.
How'd you stay focused and not let the pressure get to you?
Especially when it was a close game like that, I just lock in, and that was a really big game because we had lost 2 games. We needed to win that game, so I was doing everything I could to win that game. And then, obviously, I'm not talking about the perfect game this time, but the PJP game too. Needed to get us a win there.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then talk about your hit. You've been hitting this year. It's a 2-0 game, which would have been going into the 7th, and then you helped yourself out. Got that big RBI double, and then kind of had some breathing room. Feeling good going into that 7th.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't notice it until that inning after we got a couple more runs, because a 2-0 game is it can turn around just like that. So helping myself get a couple of runs then I finally looked at the scoreboard and I was like, oh. But I was like, Sperling, did I walk anyone yet?
Yeah, all right. So okay.
Interesting.
And then what went into that decision to start hitting this year? Did you talk to Coach Spiewak, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to help a little bit. I also wanted to hit. I didn't want to be on. It's not fun being on the bench. I'll have the next part of my career. All I'll be doing is sitting on the bench after I pitch. So I wanted to be able to hit a little bit my senior year.
Does it help? Coach Sperling said it helped most likely take your mind off of the pitching a little bit. Does it?
Yeah, it would. It was when you're up there, you're focusing on hitting,
right?
And I I was trying to get a hit there because we needed some more runs.
Yeah.
Back to the perfect game. There was the play where the guy, you throw a ball. This is early in the game. You don't even think about it, but it actually hits the guy's knob, the bat. And then you think back about, like, what if that didn't hit his knob and then that hits him and it ends up, it would have been a no-hitter, which is still awesome. But, like, just sometimes a little bit of luck your way, like, it's huge. So
yeah, I think when you throw a perfect game, there's definitely something else. It's luck. There's definitely a little bit of luck there. There's no doubt about it. Chase's catch, that was a really great
huge
play.
Huge catch.
A day before he had a catch like that and he didn't make it, so even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think a perfect game it requires it requires luck to have a perfect game. There's only been 23 or 24 in the 150 years of the MLB.
Very cool.
What was working best for you? The fastball, off speed?
I think fastball was really good because I could throw it wherever I wanted to, and I had really good movement on my slider. I could throw fastball, slider the whole game. I didn't really throw anything else other than fastball, slider.
There's a lot. I talked to Coach Biwak about this. There's a lot going on behind the plate. How do you sort of compartmentalize that?
I really don't. I don't pay attention to what's going on. It's just me and Dom and the batter, and just focusing on throwing strikes and getting the guy out.
And you got to give some props to Dom too, because without him catching, his perfect game would have never happened. Like he did his job back there, and does he call the pitches, or is it you?
No, Sperling calls.
Sperling. So he, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. He does a big job back there too. So.
Yeah, and the perfect game, and especially the last PJP game.
Yes,
throwing out two guys.
Goodness.
More guys. He's thrown out more guys than our catchers in the last 4 years.
in one game.
It's incredible. Yeah, that is a great stat. All right, how has your senior season lived up to expectations, or maybe surpassed expectations so far?
I would say I think as a team we thought we would do a little bit better, but I'm still having a lot of fun this year. The Florida trip was fun. It's fun being with everyone, but I think we have higher expectations for ourselves. I think we don't expect to have.
It's this stupid thing. When you this cord is like janky, so just hold it up top. Good.
I don't think we didn't expect to lose 4 games already. I think we had expected to have a little bit of a better record. So, but overall it's been a good year.
All right, let's talk about the Florida trip. Give us some good stories.
Well, the first one is Chase jumping over a stroller. And then I would say a guy about like 5'1" comes up to Chase and says, "I found you."
Yeah. So some background. We get to Animal Kingdom at 6:30 for 7:15 opening because we want to be the first on the new ride. So once we're let in, we all sprint. We're all in a full sprint. Meanwhile, I got stopped because I had the wrong key card. So I didn't get to see this, but I heard about the story. So I'm stressing out, but they're all running, and Chase is in a full sprint, and so is a guy with the stroller. And Chase jumps over the stroller and basically like crosses up this guy, and then go from there. What happens from there?
I honestly didn't see it, but this is just we were at we had to stop at some point for it was the ride called Avatar, so we had to stop there, and then when we were all stopped, this guy that's like 5 foot comes and finds Chase and points him out and says, "You're the one who did it."
Jumping over the shoulder. Okay.
Because his wife fell and broke her leg, I believe.
Whoa.
That wasn't from Chase. She fell like a minute later after, but they blamed it on Chase.
We don't know if her leg was broken, but she hurt her leg.
Where's Spiewak or whoever during all this? Are they sleeping?
I think they saw it.
Oh, they were there.
But I don't know if it.
Do they all travel together?
But it really didn't. I don't think it wasn't. He did he kind of sidestepped it, I think. But
he broke the person's ankles.
But the person fell a while after. It wasn't directly because of Chase.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a bit of a flop, we believe. We think they were just trying to get some money from Walt Disney.
All right, what else?
There's some other things that happened. I can't remember.
I know.
Tommy, do you have any?
I tried to pull a prank on you in the airport and put water bottles in your bag.
Yeah,
But he found them. It would have been funny, though, so he couldn't go through security.
Tommy was trying to do it. Happened to him freshman year.
Yeah, it happened to me. Cross did it to me freshman year.
Did that stress you out?
Yeah, it was my first flight ever.
Oh,
And-
first flight ever?
And
Oh.
I'm with a bunch of kids older than me. I'm the only freshman.
Yeah.
And Bobby's like, "Oh, dude, you can't go on the flight. Like, you have to go through a different security, and you're not gonna make it." I'm like, "Nice." But so we tried to get Chansey, but he caught on.
Good job.
I think there's something that Feaster did.
We sang "Happy Birthday" to Feaster twice on the safari and on the airplane, even though it wasn't his birthday.
Feaster was very embarrassed on the Florida trip this year.
Yeah.
How's the plane? What you guys do on the plane? What time did it take
Um,
off? 6 a.m. Yep.
Yeah, that was rough. That kind of made everyone a little grumpy. I would say in the morning. The next morning, everyone was not in the best mood.
How much? What was the sleep to awake ratio over the trip? Did you guys sleep much?
No,
Not a lot of sleeping.
it was like 6 hours. It was probably like a 6 hours sleep on average, maybe less.
Probably less.
What else? What about the baseball there? How was that?
It was fine. I mean, we almost lost to a JV team, so that was great. But we had fun playing baseball. Everyone got to play.
Yeah.
Everyone got to hit. So everyone, and then like Jack Bradford and all those guys got to pitch. And the green and white game is quite controversial.
Yeah. What about that?
Well, Spivak and Sperling and Boxman.
Fix it. I don't know how to do it. It keeps
I think
cutting
that
out.
works. It's the stupid cord.
Talk.
There you go.
Spivak, Sperling, and Boxman all decided they wanted Feaster to lose, and I was on Feaster's team, so they just gave every call to Matt Ahmad's team, who was the green team.
Yeah.
So we ended up losing, which, I mean, we shouldn't have lost.
So Tommy, you were on the other side, right? What was your
Yeah.
point of view of that?
You know, I saw it very fair. I mean, to be fair, every other year this game has been a one day thing. The whole day's around this game because like the winning team doesn't have to clean up the field after practice, stuff like that. This year we decided to make it a 2-day game, which made everything was thrown off, and then we ended up winning in extras. But it was a little different this year.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't the best. I'll say that.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned through your high school years playing baseball?
Don't get like too amped up, and definitely don't get too low, I would say. Definitely, that's probably the biggest thing. Don't just be confident, but don't be overly confident. Don't be too down on yourself.
What goals did you set for yourself to start this season, and how does throwing a perfect game fit into that?
My goals was really just to throw strikes this year. So I've done a better job than the last 2 years throwing strikes so far. So I'm happy with that.
In what ways do you feel you've matured as a pitcher this year?
I think my being able to locate pitches where I want to throw them and throwing all of my pitches in all the games is also something that last year, I only throw fastball and slider. I don't think I ever threw changeups. So this year, throwing fastball, changeup, slider, throwing some two seams, throwing everything this year and being able to locate it.
What's your favorite pitch to throw?
Fastball.
Most satisfying pitch to strike someone out with?
Well, it's definitely slider. A slider to a lefty when they sword when I get half swing.
Who was pitching last night? Aaron Nola. His 12-6 curve when he ever strikes someone out. It's beautiful. Toughest hitter you've ever faced?
Tommy wishes.
It's me.
If I have to,
it doesn't count.
if I have to be honest, it's probably that Carson Glose kid on PJP.
Where was he batting? What was he?
I think he was their 2-hitter. If we're talking about all time, travel too, then it's this kid named. It's probably this kid named Brady Ebel, who's gonna be a draft pick next year.
Okay. Favorite MLB pitcher?
Wheeler.
Why?
He's just always good. He's just always consistent. Always, I feel like when he's pitching, we always win, especially in the playoffs.
Dream stadium to pitch in?
It's definitely the Phillies.
CVP.
That
What
would be
about?
cool.
Yeah. They do. They play, like, Feaster played there when he was in college.
Oh, we could play there for the Carpenter Cup this year.
It'll be at senior week.
Well, not the week after. If we
Oh,
make
really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go-to hype song before a game. Freebird.
Freebird.
Favorite baseball movie?
I'd probably say Field of Dreams.
Tommy?
Does Benchwarmers count?
I
Benchwarmers
think
is great, right?
Sandlot. Most fun part of being a pitcher?
I'm not striking people out.
I'm changing my answer. Sorry, I cut you guys off. The Perfect Game. It's a Little League World Series game about a kid throwing a perfect game. I recommend everyone to watch that movie. Great movie.
Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. Maybe better. Pitching in hot weather or cold weather? Which one's
Hot.
worse?
Oh, wait, which one's worse?
Yeah.
Cold weather.
Okay.
Definitely.
How come?
Like the ball's like, the leather's like slippery.
Favorite memory from your baseball career so far?
Winning the PAC championship last year.
Best feeling, strikeout, pick off or double play?
Pick off. I love picking guys off.
I can't. Whenever I think about pickoff, it was Austin last year in the PAC semifinals. Best pickoff I've ever seen in my life. Everybody knew it was coming, and he still got him.
Yeah, especially because you walked the kid to get up there and then picked him off. It
Yep.
was huge.
Tommy, anything else?
I'm gonna go. What is your favorite game that you've pitched in high school besides your perfect game?
Sophomore year in the PAC championship was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you were young.
What was your stat line?
I think it was maybe six and a third, and I think they had one hit. I think I walked like 4 guys, no runs.
And it was the PAC championship where it was packed. It was at Spring Forward. You're a sophomore, so you're young. You've never really felt anything like that, I'm sure, and you shoved. So
What
it
crowd
cool.
was better, Springford or
Springford.
Beavertown?
Not even close.
I would say
Because-
Spring Forward because it's
Not
so
even-
close to you.
it wasn't
and-
even close.
Yeah, but
But I think there were more kids at Boartown.
dude, Boartown was
Really?
a lot of fun. When Mr. Dutton did the
Came up,
Methacton, I got the chills in right field. So
What did he say?
he did like the Methacton, like give me an M.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
everyone. It was pretty cool.
And I think he started to, I believe, actually maybe not. I don't know. He came up before, right as the game was about to start, in front of the students.
he was
section.
fun. He was cool.
All right.
You had a no-hitter last year. Obviously not as cool as Perfect Game, but it was a big game at the time. Same thing. The number 1 team in the district,
Yeah.
who was OJR, and threw a no-hitter. How cool was that?
Yeah, and we run ruled them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we have? 3 home runs that game?
2
home
or
runs?
3. Yeah.
That was an awesome game. It was like the first warm game of the year.
Yep.
I'll tell you, OJR at our ballpark has really struggled over the past few years, so maybe that'll be
Yeah.
good luck this year. My freshman year, that was the first ever game I came to, and you guys walked it off.
And they had the draft pick on the mound, and
Yeah,
we hit well
Dietrich,
against them.
yeah.
And then we.
Well, he
yeah.
wasn't drafted at that point, but
Yeah,
that was the game that you put the pizza on Jake Chapman when I was
That's the
interviewing
game.
I
him.
wasn't at that game. I had like strep
Oh
throat or
my God,
something.
you were the outfield watching. I remember that.
and then
Quarantine.
and then
Quarantine.
Dietrich the next game decided to strike us out 17 times. But
He was gross. That game, probably the best, still to this day, the best pitcher I've seen throw against me was Dietrich. She was like 90-92 for the left side with a curveball that he could throw wherever with the changeup. Just disgusting.
Well, so that game was Cross against Dietrich, and there were so many scouts behind home plate. I've never seen anything like that until this year. Until I guess it was at OJR this year. That one was pretty big.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to Mr. Clark about it, and he was like, never in my whole year, and he's been here forever, have I seen something like that.
Yeah. It was crazy.
All right. Thank you, Evan.
Yeah.
yeah,
Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Good luck. Oh, talk about Wake Forest before we're done.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Going to Wake next year, where it's Power 5, top 25 program. That's pretty cool. Like, how exciting is that?
yeah. I mean, they're right now. I've been watching some of the games. They're struggling a little bit, but I mean, they're one of the best pitching schools in the country. So I'm excited to go there and see what they can do for me.
What was the recruiting process like? Can you give us a little insight?
Kind of like me and Tommy started it started freshman year originally, and then they kind of said you can't recruit anymore until August 1st of our junior year, and then August 1st my junior year. I think I ended up getting a lot of stuff with going all over the place, going to Duke, Oklahoma State, ECU. It was a really cool experience. And then one time I went to a weight camp, and the guy didn't even really know who I was, and he said I pitched there, and then he said, "How about you come back in a little bit?" And he offered me, and I was like, "Well, wow. I never thought I'd be able to go here," so I was like, "Yeah, definitely."
Wow. So you traveled the U.S. that summer?
Yeah, not West Coast, but up and down the East Coast. Yeah.
Tommy?
And what was the deciding factor to go to Wake?
Oh, I mean, it just happened that they had just gone to the World Series the year before, and they had the guys like Rhett Lauder, and then obviously I'd already committed when Burns was there, but they had done a really good job with pitchers in the last couple of years, especially their assistant coach.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be looking forward to it.
Let's keep it rolling. What's good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. All right. Thank you.